everybody. Welcome to the Rosh Hashana giveaway show. Today is September 22, 2025. We're about to give away 100 US dollars, 75 US dollars, and 50 US dollars to three people randomly selected who followed directions for the Rosh Hashanah giveaway, also called the Feast of Trumpets or Festival of Trumpets. So after looking at the entries, I decided that six of them were good enough for the prizes. And anytime it was the same Gmail that uploaded, I tried not to count it twice. So here we go. Number one is Kartik. Kartik has won before. And the last thing Kartik won was a $50 college algebra prize. We try to give away two $50 college algebra prizes every Saturday and seven $7 college algebra practice prizes every Saturday. So Kartik has already won a $50 college algebra. He just won a $100 Rosh Hashanah grand prize. And in a few minutes, we'll look at what he put, but I want to select the other two people first. So he cannot win this one again. Here we go. Is Vanch, which is also in India. We'll be looking at Vanch's result pretty soon. Last time Vanch won was a $7 prize on September 13th for a college algebra practice problem. For the third prize, number three is Blouse. I think is also in India. So three different people in India won. Kartik just won $100. Vanch just won 75 and Blouse won 50. So we'll go over the results. Congratulations to those three. So we'll start with the $100 winner, Kartik, and K is between I and P inclusive. So he was answering section B. I'm not positive if Kartik is male, but I'm just going to go with male. Sorry if I got that wrong. So remember, whenever you're doing this, not to swear because it's like YouTube and things of that nature. And Kartik said he's not Jewish, so he didn't know about this, but he did research, used some Wikipedia and Bible Hub to gather information and ask ChatGPT. We are allowed to use ChatGPT for this problem. And when I taught this class at a public college, we used a lot of AI, but it's not just about copying AI, but it helps us a lot. And AI does make mistakes. Example, sometimes AI puts an extra zero at the end of things when I've been working things like this before. So he was going and getting a history of the festival and the ram's horn. And it seems like there's not an accurate date as to when the shofar was first blown on Rosh Hashanah. But based on what he found, there were two perspectives to it. They were both around 3,000 to 3,200 years ago. The reason it was done was also given different in different places. But Kartik listed the following. It was blown first for remembering Sinai, declaring God's kingship, awakening people to repent, and invoking Abraham's merit. So Sinai was a mountain that was supposed to be where the Ten Commandments were given. So this, he read all that in the Encyclopedia Judaica on shofar that describes temple, war, and ritual uses of shofar. And as you also mentioned, that it is also a military signal. In modern Israel, it's also blown on annual state ceremonies. So it's impossible to come up with an exact answer, but the range must be between 1 and 3 billion. So Kartik is working on problem B. The Rosh Hashanah ritual blast average 15 to 25 seconds, depending on the blower. Alarm calls 3 to 4 seconds. Sumerial proclamations 10 to 20 seconds. And the end of Yom Kippur in 20 to 60 seconds. Military/alarms, 120,000 seconds. Other synagogue uses, 74,250,000 seconds. Coronations and miscellaneous, 150,000 seconds lump sum, which Kartik explained previously. that the modern state of Israel is using shofars during coronations. Base medium answer is that big number, and we have a low scenario and a high scenario. So some other people did low, high, and medium scenarios also. And due to time, I'm not going to go super duper deep in this, but take a look at these last two. These are in scientific notation, which we're going to have in the college algebra series. We're almost to that point right now. And the second winner is Vanch. The letter V is later in the alphabet. His secret email is between I and P in the beginning. So he said the first shofar was blown on Rosh Hashanah about 3,300 years ago. So that is similar to Kartik, but not exactly the same. And then Vanch said, I think the shofar has been blown around 30 to 50 million times outside of Rosh Hashanah. He thinks that on average, each non-Rosh Hashanah shofar blast lasted 5 to 6 seconds. That's because short battle or alarm blasts were probably 2 to 4 seconds long. Like quick signals, while ritual blasts in the temple or on fast days were more sustained, closer to 6 to 8 seconds. The Jubilee year blast was the longest. That one has something to do with 50 years. In more recent times, the daily Elul blasts before Rosh Hashanah averaged about 5 seconds each. And here's Vanch. As you can see, different handwriting. Estimated shofars blown outside Rosh Hashanah, 220 million seconds. Calculation, estimated blast is 30 to 50 million. Average duration of blast is 5 to 6 seconds each. Taking the average of the range of the blast, i.e. 40 million. See, that's right in the middle. And that of blast duration is 5.5, is 5.5 times 40 million, which is 220 million seconds. And if that doesn't get your math brain going, I don't know what to say, because I like that. And remember, this problem was differentiated too, different levels of difficulty. But I like how he did this average over here, 40, 5.5. That would be if just as likely on each side for each interval and stuff like that. But that was really cool. And Vanch was the $75 winner for Rosh Hashanah 2025. And thirdly, we have Bloused. I'm going with he on this. Sorry if I get genders wrong, but I'm just trying. He watched the Rosh Hashanah video, and his secret email is between A and H, inclusive. This person's doing part A. The shofar was first sounded on Rosh Hashanah roughly 3337 years ago. So all three of these winners had different answers for that. Shortly after the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, around 1312 BCE, when the Torah introduced the commandment to blow it. Rosh Hashanah is an annual festival since Jewish tradition measures time from the creation of the world. The Anno Mundi system, the Rosh Hashanahs observed equals the total number of years that have passed in the Jewish calendar. So this is according to tradition, which is not the same as evolution. So typical evolution does not follow this. That's why I linked the count to the Jewish year, which comes to about 5785 occasions. Each past Rosh Hashanah lasted about 172,800 seconds on average. And lastly, I'll get his handwriting. And it says net amount of seconds is the years since the first shofar was blown, times the total number of communities, times duration of single shofar blown. So I thought that was interesting how we had times in there twice. 3,400 times y times 3. Let y be the total number of communities. The Jewish population is 16 million. A community is made up of 1,000 people. 16 million divided by 1,000 is 16,000 is y, the total number of communities. And then 3,400 times 16,000 times 3 is this huge number of seconds.